Hey there, buddy. CFL Jim here with a Week 19 recap for Week 19 of the CFL action. Let's jump right into it, shall we? Game number one, we had the Montreal Alouettes taking on the Ottawa Red Blacks, with the Alouettes winning 34-30. Man, the Red Blacks did it again. They just keep finding ways to lose. This team intrigues me in the amount of ways that they can find to lose a game. They came out swinging, the Red Blacks did. Arbuckle opened the game looking better than he has all year. The Red Blacks were off to a great start. They looked fantastic, and then they just give it away. Adjustments in the second half by the Montreal Alouettes helped them come back in this game, and just boom, bada bing, bada bam, boom, boom. Red Blacks lose at home. The story continues. My main takeaway for the Red Blacks losing this one is in the second half, they seemed to settle for field goals more often than I felt they should have. It was just not a great recipe for success. You see it a lot of times where teams just settle. They'll get a field goal here instead of maybe going for it on fourth when they should. Who knows? Maybe the Red Blacks will learn in the future. The Montreal Alouettes have such a fun special teams that even when this team isn't good, they're still exciting and fun to watch. The Alouettes might be one of the most exciting teams in the entire league. Like, they're probably not one of the top 3 or 4, but they're number 1 in pure chaos and excitement. And I love the fact that they've just embraced being a chaos team. I love that for them. This is beautiful stuff from the Alouettes here. Takeaways for each team. For the Ottawa Red Blacks, you got to do better. You have to win one game at home. That is your hope right now going into these playoffs. You have to win one game. That's all you need. That one game at home, and you're probably sitting fairly decently. So just keep dangling onto that carrot. Keep holding on, Red Blacks fans, because you're not dead yet. For the Montreal Alouettes, keep being the chaos team. You still have a shot at first place in this division. So being a first place team in the East, maybe you don't want that. Maybe you just want to keep playing. Maybe you don't want that break, so you can just fully embrace this chaos power and ride it to the Grey Cup. But the Montreal Alouettes are not a team that anybody can sleep on, and that's a fun scenario. Game number 2, we had the Hamilton Tiger Cats taking on the Calgary Stampeders, with the Tiger Cats winning 35-32. Oh boy, this was the fun game. This was the game of the weekend. This was so exciting. Jake Mayer looked great. Dane Evans was fantastic. The Hamilton defense, oh buddy, that Ticats defense was something special. Major interceptions for the Ticats. Major drives for the Ticats. Calgary, these guys were just swinging it back and forth and back and forth. This game was exciting. It was thrilling. It was exhilarating. Jake Mayer, this was maybe his sloppiest game of his season so far. He got unlucky in a couple of those, but some of those interceptions were... and you just don't want to see that. It's just not a good look. Hamilton, on the meanwhile, is heating up at the exact right time. This team's looking good. They're looking fresh. This is the kind of win that they absolutely needed. A road win against a top 3 team in the CFL. Hamilton's proven that they're for real, that they are not to be fucked with. And this Tiger Cat is in heat and will fuck you right to the Grey Cup. Also, I have to mention the fact that this game had a crazy accidental onside kick and stuff like that. Just, it warms my cold-blooded heart. I just love shit like that. It's so fucking beautiful. Takeaways for each team. For the Calgary Stampeders, clean it up. Clean it up, Stamps. Clean. You need to get cleaner. Call Mr. Clean. Have him come to your organization and clean it up, because fucked up plays is what cost you this game. Hamilton, keep doing what you're doing. You guys are hot. You're a sexy Catwoman right now. You're like the woman from Thundercats who I wanted to fuck when I was a kid. You're so hot, and I love it. The Tiger Cats are so good right now. They are a beautiful, beautiful creature, and I can't see anything getting in their way. shirtless Jim. It's getting a little chilly out here. I was wondering if I could crash in the garage for a little bit. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? Oh god, I can't. This can't be happening.
Jim, let me in. I want to talk about the tick goblin. I got a good plan.
Fuck. Hey, Investigator Jim. Not really a great time.
What's going on?
Yeah, I have 2 more recaps to film, and then, then we can do that. Yep.
Okay. Well,
let me just do these recaps real quick, do my playoff picture,
and
my power rankings, and I'll get right back to you. It shouldn't take more than, I don't know, like an hour or so.
I'll be back then.
Yeah, get your stuff ready, and I'll see you then.
Okay.
Right over there. I know the smell's not that great, buddy, but trust me, you're gonna like this a lot better than what the other guy or whatever he's called has for you. Okay, I'll be with you in a bit. Okay. Now, where was I? Oh, what was I doing? Oh, right, the recap. Let's go to game number 3, shall we? Hey there, buddy. Game number 3, we had the Toronto Argonauts taking on the Edmonton Elks, with the Argos winning this one 28-23. Oh boy, what an exciting game, huh? The Toronto defense came to play. Edmonton, similar to Ottawa, just can't get a win at home to save their lives. It's like they are just bred to lose these kinds of games because they look so good, and they just snatch defeat from the jaws of victory time and time again. There was a worry, potentially, that with officially being knocked out of the playoffs, Edmonton would just crumple and die, but they still played with heart, they played with fight, they played with spirit, they played with that corn dog I know they got in them. Argos are just consistently solid, which for when you're playing an Edmonton team in Edmonton is good enough. And I know that Argos haven't won there in forever, but that doesn't matter because Edmonton just sucks at home. That's all the Argos had to do was just not make mistakes. You know the Elks are going to shoot themselves in the foot eventually. If I'm an Elks fan, it's like being in an abusive relationship. But this team just couldn't get stops when they needed to, and just moments. This game came down to moments where Argos capitalized and the Elks crumpled. Takeaways for each team. Toronto, you're still pretty darn good. I want to see a little bit more out of you when you're coming into the playoffs like this because you're still playing for that first place in the East Division. Maybe they're saving some stuff for the playoffs. Who knows? But I want to see a little bit more. For the Elks, just keep playing with fight. Just have fight. And if you can get 1 home win this entire year, this season will be a success. That is where we're at the moment for the Elks. Game number 4, we had the Winnipeg Blue Bombers taking on the BC Lions, with the Lions winning this one 40-32. Oh boy, there's not really too much to take away from this game because Winnipeg sat out most of their players. They're locked into first place. They're just kind of taking bye weeks the rest of the season. BC, of course, capitalized, which good for them. That basically means BC's probably going to have home field advantage for the playoffs, and they're doing good. Maybe BC can gain some momentum off this. If they get a couple wins off the Bombers, it'll be good for them to have that under their belt going into the postseason. Not really too much else to take away from this game for each team. Good on you, Bombers. You're getting your starters rested. You're getting reps for your backups and whatnot. For BC, just keep on winning. That's all you have to do. You don't have to apologize to beating anyone's backups. Now with the games recaps under the way, we got our little playoff prediction breakdown. So, for the Montreal Alouettes, they have clinched at worst second place in the East Division. They could still get first somehow, but they have finished no worse than second. So, that means they get the home field advantage no matter what when it comes to the East. It's just between them and Toronto. They're basically, their matchups against the Argos coming up are basically going to decide who gets first place in that division. For the Rough Riders, still technically alive, folks. Riders still technically alive, even though you'll see later I don't like their chances. They need to go 2-0, and they play Calgary twice. They basically need to go 2-0, and they need the Tiger Cats and Red Blacks both to take one game off of each other. So their fate is not in their own hands. They need Hamilton to basically lose a game to the Red Blacks, or have the Red Blacks go 2-0. If they go 2-0 and they go 2-0, but there's a lot up in there. Like the Rough Riders could go 1-1 against Calgary, but then they would need the Riders to go 2-0. The Ticats are in if they win. They win their next 2 games, they're in. That's kind of the situation we're in right now. If they go 1-1, they need the Riders to also go 1-1 or 0-2. The Ticats are in a very nice spot right now. Like I said earlier, they're heating up at the right moment. BC, they win at Edmonton, they lock up second. They lock up the home playoff spot. All they have to do is win in Edmonton one time. That game is going to be massive because Edmonton really wants that home win. They need it in their bones before the season ends, but BC's probably going to get it. They're probably locked into second place. Calgary, they need to go 2-0 and BC to go 0-2 for them to get home field advantage. The Red Blacks have to go 2-0 and the Riders have to go 0-2 for them to have a shot. So my playoff picture as it stands, of course, we have Winnipeg sitting in first place. I'm going to have BC locking up second and Calgary in third in the West. For the East, I'm probably going to have Toronto up there. I'll have Montreal in second. I'm going to have Hamilton in third. Not a change from last week, not a change from the week prior. That's how the playoffs are going to line up in my scenario, which leads me into my CFL power rankings after week 19 of the CFL Jim's power rank CFL teams from the CFL, both East and West divisions of the CFL, power ranked by the CFL Jim for the CFLU. CFL here. Number 9, I have the Rough Riders. They're bad. The offensive line is bad. They just play with zero heart. They're bad. Bad. 8, give me the Elks. Put them there. Red Blacks are playing for more. It's hard to... They're basically even. They're kind of like a ball sack and a butthole flopping against each other. But that's where the Elks and Red Blacks stand. At number 7, that brings me into the Red Blacks. My butthole is a Red Black. If you look in here, you can see like a Red Black right in there. You'll see them. Number 6, I have the Montreal Alouettes. They're just chaotic. They could be 6. They could be 3. This team could beat anybody on any given day and lose to anybody. That's where I'm feeling them right now. Number 5, I have the Hamilton Tiger Cats heating up, baby. This is a cat in heat right now. At number 4, I have the BC Lions. Yes! At number 4 right now. I don't think they're the better team, even though I think they will get the home playoff spot. I just don't think they're the better team. At number 3, give me the Calgary Stampeders. Both these teams might be better than the Argos, but based on what I'm seeing right now, I like the Argos a little bit better. Number 2, give me the Argos. Number 1, give me the Bombers. That's right. I'm not going to talk about the Argos because I've already talked about them enough. At number 1, give me the Bombers. They're good. I don't care if they're playing their backups right now. They're good. They're real strong. That's week 19 in the books, folks. I'm CFL Jim. That is the CFL recap for week 19. We are 2 weeks away from the postseason of the CFL being on our doorsteps. It's a magical time of year. I can feel it in the air. It's just a beautiful, beautiful time. And now I have to go deal with Investigator Jim. Let's give him a call. Hey there, buddy. Yeah. I'm all ready now. Let's have this little discussion. I'll see you in the garage. Okay, buddy. I'll see you guys later. CFL Jim. Thanks for taking time out of your night to discuss this with me. Hey, Investigator Jim. Let's go. Let's discuss this. Can I offer you a dart? Oh, thanks, man. Let's go. Okay, so what do we have in mind? Okay, so I think I got something big, CFL Jim. I think we have the location of the Tit Goblin. And here's what I'm planning. We're going to ambush this guy when you least expect it. So he's always talking about Oz or some stupid shit like that. So what I'm thinking is we contact Wizard Jim, get him involved, get him to lure the Tit Goblin away to where he thinks the portal to Oz is. And if we have Wizard Jim pose as the Wizard of Oz, it'll be perfect to get him into any trap we want. So what we do is we'll have Wizard Jim here. We'll have him bring the Tit Goblin around here, and he'll bring the Tit Goblin. We'll be out back looking around, ready to just go and ambush the guy when they leave. So he's going to get the Tit Goblin nice and juiced up, and then we're just going to just go in and fuck him up. It's going to be beautiful. We're going to finally get that fucker. We've got you now. We've got you now, you little sneaky bitch. You're not going to escape this time. You've ran from me for too fucking long. I'm going to get you. We're going to get you. I swear to God.